Hi guys! Just wanted to celebrate with this very enthusiastic daddy or zaddy. Yes, guys, how are you doing? I'm so sorry. I don't know YouTube. I don't know what I've done to YouTube. Oh. We're supposed to have a live today, and I don't know what's going on. Here is the tea. I think last week when I was trying to set up because I had everything, my lighting and everything, and I think while I was trying to set up, I think I mistakenly pressed something that gave them the indication that I was trying to do a live with the kid. And I was like, huh? And the next thing I know, I'm copyrighted. Then I appealed. They said they accepted my appeal, my appeal literally the very next day. But I still cannot go live, guys. So if you know anything that I can do, I've written to them to ask them to stop the shenanigans and give me back my live. Guys, is it the derangers trying to silence me? Ha! I'm joking, of course, now. I think it's just a misunderstanding. So I'm hoping next week, guys, fingers crossed. I told you that I'm hoping I can get a special guest. I'm trying to do this thing where I try and get as many Sussex squaddies who are on YouTube. Let's come together. Let's talk together. Let's build out the community, especially now that the Duchess is going to be out and about making money. I was discussing this with a friend. Guys, imagine the meltdown if the Duchess gets an Emmy nomination. Ooh, do you know what? I'm messy, so I'm going to start putting it in the ether. I'm going to start posting it regularly that Meghan is going to get an Emmy nomination. You heard it here first. This is water, not anything else. YouTube, don't come for me. But yeah, how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. For those of you who don't know, I'm an engineer, and I had this big puzzle that has been giving me some joy to try and fix over the past few days. Things like that help my mental health. I need to, I don't know, something about trying to fix a problem just really helps my mental health. And I finally figured out a pattern that works this evening, and I'm so pleased. I've had my shower. I even washed my hair. Those of you who don't know, I mentioned it before that I'm a sacred girly. I'm gonna do a quick post because I've been using it for about a year now. So I want to give you guys my thoughts, my hair, what's changed, what I really enjoy about it. And yeah, up for all of you to make up your own mind. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. The reason I'm going off on a tangent is because this is going to be a very long video. So I want to relax. I'm sitting down on my bin bag. Saturday evening, girls. People are out. Have you guys noticed people don't really go out as much anymore? Or is it more? I just can't be bothered, you know. I'm like, I just want my bin bag. I can't sleep very well because so I have this white noise machine that I use. So the idea of just being on my bin bag, on my phone, watching videos, listening to my documentaries, my podcasts, that is my idea of a good night in. I have a fireplace. Doesn't work, don't worry, but I have flowers here, nice yellow lighting, so it feels very French Riviera type of holiday. I mean, as French Riviera as you can get in London. But yeah, it's almost 11 this when I'm posting this. Don't worry, I'll post it in the morning. According to my analytics, if I post in the evening, people don't watch, which is interesting. Okay. Which is interesting because apparently the majority of my audience is in the US. Which shocked me actually. And I was like, really? I mean, don't get me wrong, UK is represented. UK gang, what's up? I really would love to get more Nigerians because I'm Nigerian. I love my people. I'm more Africans, and so you will notice that going forward, I'll be tagging my posts with Africans, Nigerians, Caribbean, all my brothers and sisters in the diaspora, wherever you are welcome here. I love you all. And yeah, I hope you're all doing okay. Now, I was playing this video because, like I said, it's been a moment of joy for me. I solved the problem. I'm feeling okay. I have very low iron, so I drink a lot of water with ice. I love my water with ice. And guys, it's very serious for me. I even drink water with ice in the winter. But well, we have a lot to talk about today, guys. Roundup. It's going to be like a mini roundup. I know I have beaten you all over the head with Sophie Chandauka, but there is more tea, trust. this video was for me celebrating, having some finding some joy in little things and sharing in his enthusiasm, and also being very happy for Duchess Meghan. For those of you who somehow are living under the rock, Meghan released her As Ever brand this week. I knew it was coming out on Wednesday, but because some of us are working, sorry, we're not wealthy YouTubers. Some of us actually have to work, and I was caught up in my code. I was 30, almost 40 minutes late for the drop. Again, I think that's also the problem with the whole time difference thing. And guys, tell me why derangers, RNN, aka Gummy, who does nothing else all day but bitch and complain and lie about Duchess Meghan. Tell me how you call yourself a Meghan hater, but you still manage to beat her fans to buy products. And many of our haters actually beat fans to buy products. If I don't like you, I wouldn't spend money on you. Hell, I might even drag you on my video because I want the engagement. But spend money on you, that's a step too far. So it's very fascinating to me to see people who hate Meghan use their money to buy her products because they want to review. Now, we all know, because these people are very predictable, they're going to be hating ass bitches. For those of you who complain about me swearing, bear with me. It's Saturday. I try and mince my words during the week, but please give me Saturday. Give me today. Hating ass bees using their hard-earned YouTube blood money to buy products so that they can whine and complain. And who wants to bet those videos will get a lot of engagement? Gummy, aka RNN, let me call you out here. It is okay to say you're a Meghan fan. It's okay. It's okay. Welcome to the squad, B. Welcome to the squad. We hate you. You are a horrible person. Your gummy teeth is disgusting to look at. But I enjoyed SK on Twitter. Shout out to SK. Was retweeting a lot of her deranger fans being very, very pressed, bitter, and upset that Gummy went to buy Meghan products. They were saying, how can you say you hate Meghan and you're buying her products? And I was like, that does make sense. We just spoke about that now. And she was saying, well, it benefits me as well. Don't worry, I'll post the tweet. And I was just cringing with embarrassment. I swear, these derangers, I wish they realized what they sounded like. Let me give you guys a very funny-ish incident. So I went out with some people, and me and one other lady were talking about something, and she brought up Meghan's show. And I was like, oh my God, I love Meghan's show. It's so relaxing. And we were kicking about it. We were like, oh my God. And she was like, she's not even a cook, but she really wants to try the one pot pasta. She's going to do it this weekend. I was like, you have to give me your feedback. I think I'll do the one. I'm going to have some time off. Easter is coming. During Easter, I will definitely do the one pot pasta. I can't wait. And I'll do a mini review. I mean, I'm very late to the whole thing, but I'll do a mini review. And then, yeah, sorry, I got a bit carried away there. While we were kicking and cackling about the show, about our love for Meghan and everything, another lady was there, and her face was so twisted. I mean, her face was like as if she was cringing, and you could tell she was trying not to roll her eyes and everything. And I was like, we love Meghan. I was like, I just doubled down on it. I was like, wow, Meghan is so inspiring. I just love her and everything, because I was like, what is the problem? I mean, I wish all these derangers or people that hate Meghan, I wish they realized how ridiculous they look, because like, what could possibly be the reason? Like, what is going on in your life that you hate someone so much? Someone you've not spoken to, she's harmless, you barely see or hear from her unless she's doing something in the media. Now that she's doing her, her brand and her business, we'll see her more. But beyond that, what exactly has Meghan done to incite this reaction in certain people? I have my thoughts, and I'm going to play you a very interesting video. But yeah. So, now that I've given you an unnecessary almost winding, relaxing discussion about my day, let's get into the tea. So, what we got here today? Ooh, dancing. So, I've got quite a lot of videos for us to go through today. Now, let me clarify why I use Twitter. I get copyrighted a lot, and I've been trying to figure out a setup. I have my OBS set up now, but for some reason, I don't know, it's not working out the way I wanted to. So please bear with me. I'll be using the OBS. I'm trying to find tools that I can use. Some more experienced YouTubers know how to, manage their video content so that they don't get copyrighted. And I'm trying to make this, because I make so many videos, it'd be nice to get some cash from doing this. So I don't want to mess up my bag too much. So yeah, YouTube is as safe as I can get. Although a lot of these publications have started to be a bit smarter about it. So I have to also be careful, which is why I appreciate people like Zandy Sussex. Guys, I keep on telling you, if you're not following this woman, why? Please follow her. She's really, 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 really cool. And yeah, we're going to go through quite a lot. I was supposed to do Maureen Slapped Ass and Big Head recap, but I'll do it tomorrow. And even this video is coming out in the morning. Like I said, I would have posted it this evening, but for whatever reason, you guys don't watch in the evening. So I'll post it with what the analytics tells me that I when I post it in certain times of the day, like from morning to mid-afternoon, even evening, I get more clicks. So I'll post it in the morning. If you guys don't mind, please engage. And yeah, let's get to the tea. I'm not really sure where to start from today. Let's see, where should I start from today? Let's start with some Sophie Chandauka. Now, I've already mentioned to you guys that I was thinking that I would back off the story a bit. There really isn't much to say now that the Charity Commission has decided to go in and check what's going on and look at the tea. But then Zandy posted this fantastic piece here, and wow. It's really interesting. Now, I want to clarify something right off the bat. While I do drag the Rangers, because they deserve it, Jesus. I make no apologies. I make no apologies. If you make money insulting somebody, bullying somebody for engagement, I will give you that same energy. You are attracting a certain type of negativity towards yourself, so you can't come and be whining on my page or trying to get me taken down. Of which, those of you that are whining and complaining on my page and trying to get me taken down, middle finger to all of you. I'm not going anywhere. Anyway, she's getting dragged on LinkedIn, and I thought, let me see some of the comments. I'm not a fan of cyberbullying. I think it's unnecessary. Say what you want to say and move on. The only reason why I'm very angry at this Sophie situation, which I keep on reminding people, is because she is being petulant, not wanting to step down when everybody told her to step down. It is not her personal business, and now it's and the egregious thing that she did, going into the media, trying to embarrass Harry, accuse him of harassment, bullying, and misogynoir, and dragging Meghan into it. What? I still can't get over that, I still cannot get over that. But even then, even that nonsense that she did, we still gave her grace. We still gave her time to try and see if there was something there. And guys, let me just keep it 100%. Yeah, if Harry had indeed been bullying and misogynist and being nasty to that woman, I would have dragged him. I would have dragged him up and down the whole place, because black woman solidarity, I don't care. I do not even care, man. I'm sorry. The only reason I keep on telling you guys that, look, while I admire everything Harry has done for Meghan, and I do have a certain liking for him because of because having read his book, the way he loves his wife and his family, and the way he continues to fight for what's right for his mom, and his courage and his grace. And he seems like a nice dude, to be fair. I've given him a lot more grace than I've given other members of his family by virtue of his bloodline. Like, I know people come into me and say, oh, well, he didn't ask to be born in the royal family. Them's the breaks. I didn't ask to be born black. Meghan didn't ask to be born biracial. We all take the slices of pie that we're giving in this world. But it's what we do with our privilege or lack thereof that says a lot about our character and who we are. So I try and give Harry a lot of grace. But if he had been found to be a bully, and racist and perform acts of misogyny, I would have destroyed him on my channel. So just prepare your mind for that. Black women first. Which is why it's very painful to me to see how this whole thing has panned out. I dragged Sophie. For those of you who may not have seen my video, let me say it again. I dragged Sophie because I don't believe she experienced misogyny in the way she said she did. I don't believe she suffered bullying. They told her to step down. They have every right to tell her to step down. It is not her personal business, it's a charity. Her refusal to step down and run to the media, drag Harry, drag Meghan into it, tells me that she's a nasty person, and everything that is coming her way, frankly, I have very little patience for it. That being said, I said on this channel before that while it is nice to give people their lashings when they do stupid things, I am not a fan of relentless bullying. I'm sorry. Because some of you on these YouTube streets take things too far. There are many of you that are growing your channels. Yes, I know a lot of you content creators. Oh, you want to have 10,000 followers. You want to start making that YouTube bag. So you will literally say anything and speak on any topic that you know will get you the fans. And again, I don't begrudge you, but I think it's nasty behavior. I'm sorry. I make money too, but there's a line I'm not willing to cross. I'm so sorry. I don't like Sophie, but I try and give her the fact. I try and call the facts. And if I'm wrong, like I was calling her a fraud, she hasn't been accused of fraudulent behavior yet, even though I really do believe that she handled the charity like a business and she shouldn't have. And this only happened, frankly, because in my personal opinion, I don't think she had the personal experience that was needed to run this charity. Now, there are things that have been going around. They've been saying that, oh, the only reason why she got the job in the first place is she, I hate saying this, played the black woman race card. Told you I hate saying that word. It's offensive as F to me. And I think that's all the more reason why I think it's very disappointing how she's handled this. If you wanted it that badly and they gave you an opportunity, this was an opportunity for you to show them that, look, this is what I could do. This is how I could do things. And don't forget, guys, we said it last week, the reason why she went on the charity was the goal was to make the charity more African-led and to find US fundraisers. Nobody told her to blow $600,000 on consultancy fees. And of course, let's not forget the shady mess of that whole Ian Rawlinson thing. Somebody said something and I agree. Because of the fact that he was one of the consultants, the reason that he appeared on Sky News was because he was trying to protect his own interests. I agree, because everything we do in the dark will come in the light. The Charity Commission will come and spill all the tea. So I'm sure he was just trying to get ahead of the whole thing. And maybe because, well, now he's on the board now. So let's see what comes out of it. Yeah, so let me quickly look at this from Zandy. Apparently, LinkedIn comments. You guys are so uncouth. I'm included in that, so yeah. LinkedIn comments are so bad that she had to close it down. That's a line too far, but let's see the comments. Jesus. Boala, her. Sophie has falsely stated having been informed of the founder's departure by the press. Sophie has falsely stated having an injunction from the High Court. Ooh. Sophie has falsely stated that donations dropped with Harry moving out of the UK. Oh my God. Sophie has falsely stated that Sentebale has over 500 employees when in fact it has 107 employees. Ooh. Sophie's actions have led to the departure of a major sponsor who still financially supports Prince Harry's other organizations. Sophie has wasted $500,000 of the charity on consultancy fees with no result. Sophie has demanded a $300,000 salary, meaning 25% of the charity's annual budget. Let me just quickly say something. Everybody keeps forgetting this part. Even me sometimes. We keep forgetting this part, guys. $300,000 dollars, pounds, irrelevant. You're only bringing in 1.5 million a year. This was supposed to be a non-paying role. Sophie, what the? I wish she would come and tell us why she thought she was worthy of a 300k salary when she wanted to step into that role. When she kind of, if what they are saying is true, allegedly wanted to step into that role so badly, she used her blackness as a way to kind of convince them that she could do it, and she was asking for a 300k salary. Sophie, okay. Sophie has refused to follow through a collegial decision of the 7 members of the board, which is unheard of. That is true. Sophie has refused to take accountability for her lack of results and instead has decided to drag 9 trustees and founders in the tabloids while being flanked and coached by a representative of English colonialism. Oh my God. Yeah, I agree with you. That's incredible. Jesus Christ. Oof, that was lashing. Let's see the next comments. It is a shame how you are destroying the legacy of the 2 princes. Sentebale is not yours. Why can't you let go? Is it by force? This is a Nigerian. This is a legacy. This is a legacy in honor of their mothers. How heartless are you to let small children and widows suffer because of your personal ambitions? Also, account for the money. Why did you want to be paid 300k pounds a year, yet you signed on knowing full well it was a voluntary position? I feel like this person is me. Is this me? Of course not. Where did you spend the 600k? In whose interest are you remaining in Sentebale? I have never seen such a selfish person in my life. True Niger. This is a Nigerian person. I hope you reflect on what you did and apologize to both the world and Harry. Find God and peace in your heart so that you don't do this to the next person. Ciao. Jesus. Sophie, with all due respect, why say Harry bullied you for resigning because you pushed him out of a charity he started to honor his mother? Why are you giving fire, yes, to bullies to continue to attack Harry and Meghan? I think you are being paid to bring acrimony. Interesting. But anyway, the truth has its way of showing out. I didn't expect from a black woman. Very disappointed in you. Bloody hell. The way she singles out Prince Harry and never mentions Prince Cecil, who also resigned and also withdrew his confidence from her governance, shows that her agenda is tabloid driven, yes, and that she and whoever is coaching her have ulterior motives far removed from the well-being of Basoto's children. I just hope she does not come and say they are targeting a black woman when she ends up being referred to Met Police and sued for defamation. Ooh, Jesus. She will sort it out. She has what it takes. That's a white guy. Of course it is. If she had what it takes, there wouldn't be a board of 7 persons plus 2 founders asking her to leave. If she had what it takes, she wouldn't be on TV spreading falsehoods about trustees. To cover up her own wrongdoings. To take accountability for one's failures is a virtue she is seriously lacking, and sadly the one needed for her to effectively sort it out. When 9 members of the board lose confidence in you and vote you out, you go. Have you met her? I have met the financial statements of the charities and the organizations she managed. Have you met this? Oh my goodness. Jesus, those were lashings, and I'm sure that's just some of it. Anyway, she's closed her LinkedIn comments. Yikes. Sophie, at this point, she's kind of pulling a Blake Lively, isn't she? You know that there is no way you're going to win this, but you're digging your toes in. I'm very curious at what she's hoping to achieve with this. This is why, guys, if you recall what I was saying and what I've been saying all along, this is orchestrated. Something is going on. Something is going on here. I've never seen this type of thing before. An unpaid position. You've messed up. They've asked you to step down. You refused. Something is going on. And especially this Ian Wallinson guys. There's something they're trying to hide. Either that or they are using her to do something. It's a mess. It will come out. Let's see. It's a mess, Sophie. It's a mess. But yeah, that's the one. Let me come back to you. I want to keep the vibes positive before I talk about some other items. Let me see. Yeah. Let me see. Wow, there's quite a lot to talk about today. So much nonsense to talk about today. Okay, fine. Let me go into the drama. Let me start with this cretin. Every time I see her, guys, it's literally a jump scare. I keep forgetting about this woman until she just startles me with her face. I blocked her, but somehow, because the squad is always dragging her, her face always comes up on my Twitter. And this lovely lady has also dragged her too. So I thought, let me share it with you. Shout out to Tina Sussex. And I like what Tina said here. She said, undercover bitter fans and trolls of can't do without abusing, harassing, bullying, and trolling Meghan. They talk about H&M more than the working royals. True. The Sussex squad protect, defend, and support HM, unlike evil trolls like royal fans abusing HM. Instead of supporting, they are just using They are just using the RF to abuse HM to feed their toxicity, bitterness, envy, and jealousy. Shout out to Tina, guys. From what I've been told, she's one of the founding members of the squaddies. Shout out to her always for creating this space, and for creating, in my opinion, for mobilizing a lot of online support. So much love and respect to her. Let's watch this video, shall we?
Threatened when they a terrible business person strategist. She's playing checkers, not chess. So initially I was a bit confused.
So before I respond, Bethany Frankel used to be on Real House, Abby? Yeah, it was with Real Housewives. She's a reality TV star, failed talk show host. She's just, everything she has done, she has failed. She's a divorcee. She's always looking like she only eats one leaf of spinach a day. She looks terrible, by the way. So I can understand why her bitter, miserable, bony ass is pressed and steamed over the beautiful, confident, calm, wealthy Duchess Meghan. Now let's let this lovely lady speak now, tell you my thoughts, and drag this Bethany Frankel biatch.
Confused upon seeing that video about like just what Bethany's grievances were, until I listened to her podcast and I heard this.
I think people don't like Meghan Markle because I think she talks down to other people. I think she's sanctimonious. And I think there's this subtext of elevation. She's up there, we're down here. She just has institutional knowledge on life and has experienced more than any of us. She's been compared to Nelson Mandela.
Okay, you get the gist, right?
Yeah.
As an accomplished Black woman who has worked under the management of a white woman boss, you know exactly what this is about. Jealousy and resentment. White women are so easily threatened when they encounter a Black woman that they feel is better than them. Like in their minds, my presence, me just merely existing, means that I'm here to replace you. And as a result, like what we get out of that is like these weird microaggressive, tense moments with our bosses. People who are meant to be our mentors are talking down on us and making us feel inferior for the simple fact that like we are more accomplished than them. So me entering a job with my master's degree, up until my last role, I've never had a white woman boss who's actually treated me like a human being. And I understand why Bethany's upset. Meghan is doing everything that she wanted to do in entertainment in order to rebrand from Housewives. And she's making it look easy, whereas Bethany in her mind, oh, she just had to work and bust her ass and she's self-made. Meghan is a duchess and she now has Harry's name to get her through. Like, she's making it seem like Meghan is skating through Hollywood off of like her new status, which she probably is, but also she deserves it because she has accomplished enough in her lifetime. She's worked hard enough. Lastly, framing this as an attack on Meghan's business acumen is a smokescreen, and it's pretty lazy because why would Meghan Markle take business advice from you? Quickly, tell me right now. Somebody who trolls her on the internet every couple months? Yeah, no, she has a team. She's good.
What else is there to say? I'm not going to play her hideous face again. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to say. It's the truth. Not one lie was told from that lovely young lady. Not one lie was told. A lot of women, I'm not going to bring race into it, but well, a lot of women generally feel very uncomfortable by certain women. There's something to, and let me say this also, right? Women generally, by the nature of how we are raised, and this is not just a white woman, black woman thing, just women generally. we are raised in a way that we're supposed to be in competition with each other, and not like, there's healthy competition, right? Oh, you've done something. Okay, it's making me sit up and say, let me try and see if I can also do something. It's kind of like encouraging type of competition. It's all good. By seeing you achieve something, it gives me confidence that I could do something similar if I wanted to, right? Not that type of competition, that kind of spiteful, I don't even know. It's like there's only space for one of us in a certain thing at a time. If you know what I mean. We are told to compete with each other for looks, compete with each other for status, compete with each other for... And it's not like in a way to help you. You know what I mean? It's not done in a way to make you be a better person or to achieve better things. No, ultimately it comes down to misogyny. Oh, how can she be prettier than me when guys are looking at me? Oh, how can she be more accomplished than me when guys are looking at me? Oh, how can she be more intelligent than me when guys are looking at me? We're not competing with ourselves to be better. We're competing with ourselves to satisfy the male gaze. Let's bring it down to it, guys. That's really what a lot of us were raised to do. Not to empower each other. Because if you look at the way, I mean, God knows this is not a feminist, this is not a woman versus man thing. I don't believe in that nonsense. But like, let's look at the way women are raised compared to men. I know there are so many YouTube pages that talk about this stuff, so I'm not going to linger on it. We're not raised, men, can be in competition with each other, but it's all good in the hood. They will still meet up and go to drinks. They will still meet up and go to the club. They will still meet up. And they will have a good time. They may not tell each other their personal business, but they can still pack that feeling aside and be friendly with each other. Women can't do that. A lot of women can't. A lot of women are raised to be in competition with each other. They can't just relax and enjoy the company of a friend. It's like, oh, she has a flat, me too, I must buy a flat. Oh, she has a car, me too, I must buy a car. Oh, she's making £500,000, me too, I must find a way to make £500,000. It can't just be. Oh, she's pretty and she's so pretty and she's skinny. It's a problem. And it says a lot in our society that we were all raised, many of us were raised that way. And we know that this is not a good state of mind, and yet many of us don't do anything to break out of that mold. And it's a real shame, I think, that we can't take the pain of excluding each other and try and say, okay, you know what, even though this nonsense was popped into my head, I'm going to do better. And don't get me, I'm not even spoken about what she's spoken about now, which is the racism part of it. When racism enters the female need to always be in competition. And that is what this is about when it comes to Meghan. Meghan is a white passing biracial woman, but it is still too much for some black and white women to deal with. The way she's been able to exist in her life, the way that she's got the prince, which for a lot of people was considered to be a prize, I guess, is very painful for a lot of people. I don't know why. I still come back to my original point. Harry was never going to marry y'all. Harry, let me look at you in the eye, psycho derangers, Kinsey, big back, gummy, all of you. He was never going to marry you. Ever. It was never going to happen, love. Jesus Christ. Even if he hadn't gotten with Meghan, I'm sure he would have got with someone like that. Because whether you want to accept this or not, and I know a lot of racist women don't want to accept this, Harry has always liked a bit of spice. Let's keep it a real thing now. The rumors have been going on since he was a teenager. I think it's just, if we're honest with ourselves, let's keep it 100. Harry probably never was comfortable or confident being around black women. Let's keep it 500%. He was always in Africa, but the two women that he dated from Africa were blonde white women. blonde white women. And I think this is why when some people say things like, or rather, some people say things like fetishization and not understanding the difference of culture when you date outside your culture. I think the reason why he particularly pursued Meghan is because I don't know if he knew she was biracial when he first saw her, but when he got to meet her and he was able to keep things, but I don't know, I'm going by what he said in his book because I did read his book. I think even if Harry wanted to be with a browner woman or a black woman, I think he understood that that was not going to be acceptable in his family. So you have to always remember that Harry said himself that he had to do a lot of work. A lot of work. And that's why, even though I'm not really a fan of the royal family and him by extension, sorry guys, I will give him his kenke. Because a lot of white men and women have to do their work. There are things that they have been conditioned to believe. I mean, look at what's happening right now in the UK, right? With that film, Adolescence, which I haven't seen yet. I should probably go check it out eventually. But I want something like that's why I haven't watched it. Everybody is upset. I was wondering what was happening, and I found that are they really upset because a boy who from what I've heard is very talented played an incel, and that incel happened to be white. And I was like, you see why I can't take many of you people seriously? When they cast black and brown people in certain roles, the internet makes it clear that as far as they are concerned, they are going to not only bully the actor or actors that were involved in that role, they are going to ruin the show or the content. They're going to tank it. They're going to flop it. They're going to do everything in their power to let the powers that be know that it is unacceptable to have a non-white person in this role. They cast a white person, you are upset. Why? You're upset because that is not the type of roles you want them to play. The whites, anything that makes them not look like heroes in cultural talking points, they don't want to see that. And I'm like, well, you're the same people that are complaining that you don't want to see black and brown people in roles. We've cast you in a role. You are complaining as well. You can't win. Culture wars are stupid. You can't win. I'm bringing us back to Bethany Frankel and the derangers and people who hate on Meghan because you somehow think that because she fell in love with a prince, she's lording over you. I don't understand that. It is utterly, it is insanity to me. She doesn't know you. Meghan really doesn't know who you people are. How are you feeling insecure and inferior over somebody that has never met you and will never meet you? For goodness sake. It's crazy. It's like I started calling it the Meghan derangement syndrome. It just triggers some people. I don't get it. And the funny thing is they don't even realize how crazy they sound. If someone said that to me, the first thing I'll say is, are you okay? Do you need help? How is somebody you've never met making you feel insecure and inferior? It's crazy, guys. I'm sorry. I know I'm really dwelling on it, but my brain just can't fathom it. Someone you've never met is making you feel inferior? And to the point that she made specifically about Bethany Scarecrow Frankel is, yeah, that's why they hate it. I can understand Bethany's jealousy. Meghan was on a medium cable show, let's keep it 100, even though I really enjoyed Suits. And somehow, by chance, by miracle, fell in love with Harry and now is a duchess. She got the fairy tale, apparently, because I'm just realizing, because until I became a squaddy, I didn't realize that adults genuinely thought that they were going to be able to, marry Harry. Jesus Christ. And I'm like, okay, this is enough of, this is like, I don't know if it's Hollywood's fault, I don't know if it's Disney's fault, but that level of delulu, my dear, is not Meghan. You actually genuinely need help. But anyway, that's kind of just me putting my thoughts down on just the insanity of jealousy and racism. It's mad, It's mad. It's really mad. The majority of Meghan haters are women. Tells you a lot, You know how I was saying that we women are raised to compete with each other, not help and promote and support each other. And I think it's a real shame. It's a real shame, guys. Good. Let me remove this scarecrow from my screen. And I'm going to use this. Hi, Blue. Please follow Blue. I'm going to use this as a lovely segue into Prince William. Just a reminder, while Prince William's Earthshot barely made headlines, even though he called celebs. I was so embarrassed for him, guys. That was so embarrassing. The British media was far more interested in as ever selling out in less than 30 minutes, Blue and Harry's statement about Sentebale, who's really the spare. Now, I want to use that as a wonderful segue to talk about Willie. Willie has been in the news twice this week, guys. And let me focus on the one that I thought was hilarious first. Oh, sorry. Where is it? This one. Let's watch William waste charity money.
Still really epitomizes.
Let me come to the beginning.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Sorry to keep you waiting in different time zones around the world. We're here to talk about what's coming up at the Earthshot Prize. I'm pleased to announce that we are going to be in Brazil in 2025.
Yes!
I knew it, I had a hunch!
That's amazing!
I think Brazil really epitomizes where the prize needs to land. The culture of Brazil, the fact we've got COP30 there.
I mean, when you think about habitat preservation and biodiversity, gee, that's the first place that comes to mind.
We are going to the continent that houses the lungs of the earth.
So excited.
We need urgent optimism now more than ever. And I think Brazil epitomizes that. And I can't believe we are at the halfway point of 10 years.
I know the finalists are going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a great way to mark the halfway point in this decade of change.
I really want you guys to spread the word.
Leave it with us, Nomzamo. Let's do this.
Let's go. Hey, Heidi.
Hi, Nomzamo.
David Beckham. Hey, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Hello, guys.
Hola!
Hi. The rumors are true. We're going to Brazil.
Best news ever.
The Earthshot Prize in Brazil.
I am so excited.
I think Brazil's energy, passion, and spirit will make this the most vibrant and unforgettable Earthshot Prize yet.
Brazil, the most beautiful of countries and people.
Where nature and culture go hand in hand.
Brasil tem uma energia vibrante, uma cultura riquíssima e diversa.
Home to the best carnival of the world.
Can you hear that? Samba music.
There's this incredible, unstoppable spirit of the Brazilian people.
I want to talk about the Earthshot Prize.
It's all about hope. It's about storytelling that demonstrates what is possible.
É inspirador ver iniciativas que unem vozes do mundo inteiro.
They are coming up with solutions to heal our planet.
Que nos dão esperança de futuro melhor.
When we protect and restore nature, we protect and restore ourselves.
Los pueblos indígenas estamos primer fila de solución, pero ahora más que nunca, todos los seres humanos en el mundo tenemos que ser responsables.
It's a very, very big year for the world and for Brazil.
Brazil has so many stories that we need to learn from.
Change is not only possible, but happening now.
Each of us has a role to play. Each of us can make a difference.
Que a gente consiga juntar forças, para fazer essa grande virada ambiental no mundo.
Obrigado, Brazil. Earthshot is coming for you.
I am so excited for the Earthshot Prize.
We have no time to waste.
The Earthshot Prize
in 2025.
Aqui no Brasil.
We're at our best as a species when we're faced with a crisis. That's when our true positive community building character comes through. That's what the Earthshot Prize is going to celebrate.
I said it before. The Earthshot Prize, anything that's supposed to help with sustainability on our planet, to me, is amazing. I have no complaints, none whatsoever, with any type of charities that help us to save the planet. And as somebody who has always wanted to go to Brazil, and don't worry, guys, I've got this whole plan. If not this year, it's going to be next year. Japan is my big one this year. Brazil is definitely happening next year, It's in my head now. It's very, very nice actually. I'm not a deranger. I can be balanced. That was although it was very PR and they were obviously reading off something, and that white guy cannot act. It was very obvious he wasn't talking to anybody. It was very obvious he just stood there doing like this. Lord. Anyway, it's nice to see that people are genuinely interested in saving the planet. This is a very good initiative, and I hope that they are not just doing it because Willie wanted to get that Hollywood fire. And this is my problem with these types of charities. They actually are good. The underlying nature of these charities is to do good in this world. My biggest problem is just eye service. Now look at what they said. Oh, we're going to Earthshot this year in Brazil, and a bunch of talking points. What are you going to do in Brazil exactly? Like, what is the initiative you're actually doing in Brazil? Because I believe, and I could be wrong, the only thing they're advertising is they're going to have the unnecessarily expensive award show at Brazil, which is an absolute waste of money. I'm sorry guys, it is. Why are you even doing an award show? Whose idea was this? How about you actually, tell us exactly the initiatives Earthshot is promoting? Because I didn't get anything out of this advert. It was beautifully shot. Brazil is a beautiful country. It was nice to see them gather Beckham and other celebrities together who are, who want to do good in this world in their own way. I'm not going to drag the celebrities for that. But I didn't come out of this knowing exactly what happened, exactly what this charity. I still don't know what this charity is about. They keep on saying, oh, environmental leaders, philanthropists. What exactly are you doing? What is your end goal? Where are we going? What are the milestones that you have hit? If I ask you today, give me Earthshot Prize pamphlet and tell me all the initiatives you've put together. Will William be able to tell me? He's a patron, right? It's his idea. What are you doing for the planet besides traveling around the world, spending needless amounts of money, dragging celebrities into it? I still don't know what this thing is about. I don't know what it is about, guys. And that's the problem. This is why I don't take the royal family, the working royals seriously. They know how to do glossy nonsense. They know how to make a lot of nothing into PR because they have their sycophants in the media. But when you look at it and you remove all that gloss, it's just fresh air. It's just fresh air, guys. What has the Earthshot Prize achieved? Net zero. How has it achieved it? William told everybody that he will not stop until he brings peace to the Middle East. What happened to that initiative? Okay, William, because that was never going to happen. Okay, this one that is your baby. Tell me what Earthshot Prize has done. What type of sponsorships, fundings, what type of government-led initiatives have you put forward because of the Earthshot Prize? Besides traveling around the world in private jets, by the way, spending taxpayer money, blowing through your charity's money to have celebrity events. What has Earthshot Prize actually achieved for mankind? And for his fans that come into my page and be talking rubbish, it's a genuine question. Tell me what Earthshot Prize has done exactly. How is it growing? How is it? Is it organically growing by itself, or is it just one of those things that William needs to do to justify his 50+ million pounds a year salary? He literally just came to this video, shot a 1-minute cameo and dipped. Didn't speak about any of the initiatives. You know why? You know why, guys? Because there aren't any. But I've dragged him long enough. It's something to think about. All of you royal sycophants, now that Trump's tariffs are coming, the one thing that these types of extreme financial and economic downturn does is it really does make people question people that are living opulently. How are you able to survive when I can barely drink water, when I can barely put on my heat, when I can barely eat, when people are not eating more than a meal a day? How can you afford all that? And this is going to apply to the royal family very, very soon. We'll see, right? So that's William's story. Earthshot. I really should stop saying that. Earthshot prize. And let's talk about this one. Russell Brand, guys, finally got arrested for rape. You know, when he started doing his scripture union MAGA nonsense, I knew this was coming, but it kind of took me by surprise how long I was surprised it took them this long. I'm very keen to get the tea. Russell Brand, you're trash. And look who it is. Always at the scene of the crime with a sexual pervert. Your king, Charles. Now, before the royal is coming to my page, I'm not saying... Don't put words in my mouth, though. I'm not saying that King Charles is a pervert. I'm just saying that there are a lot of pictures of King Charles with a lot of people who have been accused of sexually abusing somebody. From Jimmy Savile to this perv, and what's that other one, Seth? There's quite a lot of them. I'll do a deep dive. I'll do a deep dive into the shenanigans of the royal family and how they seem to be courting scandal. Instead of the royal press to focus on the fact that the royal family have had too many documented cases of fraternizing with people who have been accused of criminality, they are wasting our time trying to invent drama for Harry and Meghan. Private citizens, mind you, who are privately funded. But we're not blind. We can see what we can see. See how he's kicking and smiling with this man now. Now, am I saying that he knew of the shenanigans of Russell Brand, of the Jimmy Savile one? I have to keep it 100, guys. I believe that everybody knew that Jimmy Savile was a pervert and a predator and a pedophile. But apparently, the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, men were just doing what they liked, apparently, and nobody was complaining about the fact that a grown man in his 40s, 50s was hanging out with 14-year-old with girls under the age of 12. But that's neither here nor there. And you cannot convince me that somebody who was a very close personal friend of the royal family, they didn't know that this man liked them young. I'm just saying. If it was Harry, do you guys remember that whole PDD fiasco last year? Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. That PDD was using Harry's name to lie that he had connections in Hollywood. That Dan Woodson, that bitch on YouTube, ran to go and tell everybody that, Harry has been named in PDD. He even went to go and quickly post picture, cropping out Prince William from the picture to show Harry standing, laughing and giggling with Diddy from 20 years ago or older, Seth, when they had that Diana concert, where they had a lot of popular artists, which at that time were a lot of black musicians like Kanye, Diddy, etc. I loved how the squad responded, by the way. The word said, bet. They went to go and put the full picture, including the instant that picture of William started shaking, because I think the picture they had of Harry, he was just smiling with Diddy. They had a whole picture of William doing the shake and hug with Diddy. The instant that picture started going wide, almost like a miracle, that story vanished off all news outlets. And I was like, this is how you do it. You don't be arguing with them. Just start bringing out pictures. If you want to drag Harry down, we will carry William with him. Everybody kept quiet. As soon as that picture with William and Harry came out. And I loved it for the squad. That was immaculately handled. So shout out to the squad. But yeah, I'm just saying, every time we see your king, we see shenanigans. Now let's quickly talk about Gummy. For those of you who are very lucky to have never come across this awful woman, she calls herself Royal News Network, but all she talks about is the only person that matters, Meghan. Let's talk about the fact that I mentioned it earlier in the video. Girl, spending over 100. Wow, so she spent that much, loser, on someone that you openly criticize every aspect of her life, including her Instagram stories, is insane. You hate her and she benefits from you. I benefit from her too. It's the media cycle of like, Gummy, you are a fan. Gummy, you are a fan. Because, again, I despise the way the British media cover the royal family. But even I can barely, I won't lie, guys, I'm a busy woman. I can barely drum up the interest to drag them unless they come across my page and I'm in the mood. Or maybe I am reacting or trying to drag money for dragging Meghan, and they happen to cover William or Kate or Charles or Camilla, and I pull them into the video. I never ever go googling for William. I never ever go googling for Kate. It's only if by mistake, as I said, if maybe because, like, let me give you an example. That Lorraine video I did, the only reason why Lorraine popped up on my recommendations is because I think there was a video I watched where she was being her usual cunty self against Meghan. So when that one came up again, of course, algorithm assumed that I liked Lorraine. I quickly shut that down very quickly and removed that from my recommendations. But that Kate video was because at that time the algorithm brought Lorraine to my consciousness, and it happened around Commonwealth, and I was looking for articles about Commonwealth, and of course I dragged away Lorraine, and I don't know who that other dit was with her. Of all things to talk about with Kate, your future queen, the only thing they could focus on was how bony she was and the red dress, and that was one of the most embarrassing things I've seen in a very long time. I'm still kind of cringing when I think of that video. Anyway, I say all that to say, you cannot I'm trying to think of what you would have to tell me to convince me to use my hard-earned money to buy anything from the royal family for content. Let me think. It would have to be for free. I'm sorry. And when I say it's for free, I mean you gave it to me. I didn't have to inconvenience myself in the slightest to get it. It just fell in my lap. That's the only reason why I would invest my time talking about anything that has to do with the working royals. If I didn't get all these video recommendations because I drag the people that talk about them, you would never see me looking for them. So it's baffling to me that someone like Gummy, Royal News Network, says she hates Meghan, but she spent over $100 buying Meghan's goods. Now, we all know she's going to pretend to review bomb Meghan's goods. And I promise you, the instant that video comes out, I'm going to react and I'm going to drag the ever-living hell out of Gummy herself. I will drag her because I'll be like, even those of us that are fans barely got one jar of jam. You spent over $100 on Meghan stuff. And you know her lying ass probably bought 2 of everything. You know, while she's crying into her miserable, lonely life, she's probably sucking that jam. Useless woman. Anyway, I will look forward to, don't worry, when I start dragging RNN, I'll keep you well informed because I will be in the mood that day. I look forward to it. RNN is going to benefit me too, don't worry. Let's see. That's this heifer. Let me quickly read. Let me see. What else is there? Oh, yes. Sorry, before I forget, this story popped up. It's clickbait. Thanks, Andy. So, the Daily Mail was spreading misinformation, as is their way, that William is hiring divorce lawyers. Now, let's be clear. I know I drag William and Kate because they deserve it. They are making over 50 million a year and they do fuck all. Kate especially, who's just coasting on being bony and adding nothing of value to the world. I can't stand people like that. In this world where people are struggling to eat, you see these entitled people. And the fact that, was it 2-3 years ago, she took her children on a poverty tour, was when and after what she said, questioning sorry, not questioning, being concerned about how dark her nephew was going to be. And after that Caribbean tour, whoo, my patience for this woman does not exist. My patience for her just does not exist. I don't like you, Kate. I'm sorry. Nothing about your personality tells me that you're a nice or even considerate person. All I'm seeing is somebody who just coasts. You're just coasting, enjoying the privileges of being the future queen with nothing, absolutely nothing, zero, zilch, rara, to show for it. Now, if the haters come in my page and tell me, how about early years, I will slap you virtually. She's going to be a queen of your country. She's in her 40s. She's been in the royal family for 14 years. She's been dating William for almost, what am I saying? More than 20 years. And this woman has not done one tangible thing that we can say, oh yeah, this is Kate. In fact, all the patronages they started giving her, like that pointless colonel role she went to go and do on St. Patrick's Day, it was only after Meghan joined or after Meghan left, so that she wouldn't look as useless as she actually is. And for those of you that are saying I'm a hater, no, I'm not. I'm not, guys. I'm a millennial. And Kate not doing anything with the privilege, unnecessary privilege that she has frustrates me. She could do so much good in the world. She said she had cancer. That was just, they literally handed an opportunity to you there, Kate. Landed you the easiest win you could have won. What initiatives has Kate put in place with the unfortunate affliction that hit her? What awareness has she done? What type of work has she done to even help people who don't have anywhere near her level of privilege? Nothing. But according to Maureen, slapped ass and big head and all the other losers in the British royal rota, she's the secret weapon. She's the secret weapon. Oh, everybody loves Kate. At this point, I think they're just trying to convince themselves because nobody is buying it. But that's neither here nor there. While it was interesting dragging the hell out of Kate, let's talk about this article. Prince William has hired Diana's divorce lawyers. Maureen, Richard Eden, if you guys don't know, when I post the video, I'll post this picture. Richard Eden is who we call Maureen because he operates, the only way he has courage getting engagement online is pretending to be a woman. Pathetic. Anyway, anything that has to do with Maureen, take it with, what you know how they have grains of salt? You know that one single grain? Don't even take it with that. Maureen is a liar. Maureen is a liar, and a bad one at that. A terrible liar. But somehow he gets to continue to write these articles. And again, Daily Mail is more or less toilet paper. So, well, let me quickly see what rubbish he says. He has said here now. So anyway, they've been reporting that William hired Diana's lawyer. I knew it was just smoky. It was rubbish, but yeah, let's quickly read. When Princess Diana was beset with worries in 1995, she would be killed in a staged car accident. She voiced her fears to the man she trusted the most, her lawyer, Lord Michon. I don't even know if any of this is true. His firm, Michon de Rea, handed her highly acrimonious divorce from Prince Charles, which was finalized the following year. After the princess died in a car crash in Paris alongside Dodi Fayed and the driver Henry Paul, Lord Michon passed his contemporaneously typed up account of this meeting with Diana to the senior Metropolitan Police, who put it in a safe. But the note was not passed to the French authorities investigating her crash for 6 years. Probably because it was private, but that's neither here nor there. The princess's brother and sisters did not learn of his existence for more than a decade after it was written. Princes William and Harry, of course he has to bring Harry into it, were also left in the dark for a long time. What has this got to do with the divorce lawyer, Maureen? At his meeting with the police chiefs the month after Diana's death, Lord Michon, who died in 2006, wrote his notes aloud to stress it's important. He told officers that he recorded Diana saying efforts would have been made, if not to get rid of her by some accident in her car, such as a pre-prepared brake failure, or at least to see she was so injured or damaged as to be declared unbalanced in her mind. I can disclose that in a remarkable turn of events, Prince William has now turned to Diana's lawyers again. Right. First of all, this is my first time reading any article from Maureen. He's a terrible writer, because what the hell is this? Anyway, let's get to the point. So the heir of the throne has instructed Michon de Rea to act for him and his family in a break with tradition. William has previously been represented by King Charles's lawyer Harbottle and Louis, in particular its partner Gerard Tyrrell. William wants to strike out on his own, a source tells me. No, nobody told Richard anything. Richard lies. He did not want to continue using his father's lawyers. It's as simple as that. He wants to be his own man. I would hope so. He's almost 50. Well, okay. A Kensington Palace spokesman declined to comment. So who told you, Maureen? I thought you said I thought you said a source told you. So if Kensington Palace themselves declined to comment, who's your source? But the instruction is to talk of the legal circles. It is said to have disappointed Harbottle and Lewis, who has represented the royal family for decades. Media law specialist Tyrrell is one of the king's most trusted advisors. Harbottle and Lewis acted on behalf of the royal family in 2006 in the News of the World royal phone hacking scandal, which led to the closure of the paper. Its reporters had hacked into mobile phones of both Princes William and Harry. But William's move will have delighted Michon and its deputy chairman, Anthony Julius, who was chosen by Diana as her legal representative when she divorced Charles. Julius continued to work with William as one of the founding trustees of the Diana Princess of Wales Memorial Fund, and was vice president until it closed in 2012. William's decision is being seen at Buckingham Palace as the latest example of his desire to follow a different path from his father. Anyway, this nonsense story. Of course, his inheritance of the vast Duchy of Cornwall estate when Charles ascended the throne in 2022 means money is of no object. Valued at more than 1 billion, the estate includes more than 200 square miles of land in over 23 counties and provides William with an annual income of at least 20 million. William wants to do things differently from his father and wants to be seen to do them differently. A friend tells me. No one told anybody anything. This was made clear in 2023 when William chose to give a major interview to a national paper that was published the day after the tripping of the colour. It meant the coverage of the King's first birthday parade was overshadowed by his heir's declaration that he planned to end homelessness. William's decision to branch out from his father's legal advisors shows he is more than willing to shake up the status quo behind the palace walls as well. Okay. First of all, that article was utter and complete nonsense. It was basically just fresh air. I told you that this is my first time, reading anything from Maureen, and now I see why he lies a lot. He doesn't have anything to write. That was rubbish, Maureen. You basically just slapped together papers. It's like he got different news clippings, stapled them together and called it news. A friend told you. No one told you shit. A source told you. No one told you shit. In that same article, he said Kensington Palace declined to comment. So I don't know who the magical person that was talking to him told him anything. This is why I told you guys. Anybody who is still listening to the royal rota, it's a mental illness at this point. I'm going to ignore this article since that was all hot garbage. And yeah, let's get into some interesting tea. Then we can end this very tedious William roundup. Let's do it.
Forever. And I think William knows he does not measure up to his younger brother Harry, and that's why there's this one-sided competition. Harry is superior in moral strength, discernment, charisma, and work ethic. Even though William gets the crown, he still wanted Harry to be his tabloid shield and third wheel forever. And I think that's why William tries to destroy everything that Harry builds, from his family to the latest. The latest being Sentebale. Prince Harry and Prince Say-So created this charity over 20 years ago. It was a pledge to remember the most vulnerable children and young people in the region of Lesotho in memory of their mothers. Sentebale means forget-me-not, which happened to be Princess Diana's favorite flower. This past week, the entire board stepped down in opposition to the chairperson, who you can see there in the small picture in the middle. When that board stepped down, one of William's buddies filled one of the seats. And now this chairperson is on the UK talk show circuit, spouting off anti-Sussex talking points and generally sounding like Kensington Palace hate campaign heyday when Simon Case was working for them, as well as Jason Knopf. Prince Harry and Prince Say-So did step down in solidarity with the entire board, and it appears to me as though William is colonizing his own brother's work. But we know whatever William does, it will never diminish Harry, because at the end of the day, William is Charles' heir and Harry is Diana's heir in every single way. The past 20 years, it has been Harry carrying forward Princess Diana's legacy and speaking up and saying, no, my mother was not paranoid, even after, William called her paranoid. And it is Harry who is taking on the tabloid press that tormented his mother during her lifetime, while, by the way, William took a buyout. These two brothers could not be more different, from their choice of spouse to their leadership skills. Never understand how so much wealth and power to rule over a very diverse commonwealth would produce such a cruel and envious and petty and racist and greedy individual. It boggles the mind.
Well, okay. I wasn't expecting all that. Jesus, okay. I mean, I don't talk about those of you that are coming on my page and saying, it's because she's a black woman. That's a white woman right there. It wasn't me. But I think that's a wonderful way to end William's segment. I have spoken more about William than I really do like, honestly. So, ugh. And, just some nice... I think we've spoken about this one before. We've spoken about Bethany's hideous ass. I think there's one more video I would like us to cover. Guys, I just want to quickly play this because people have started to get there with their as ever goodies, guys. Meghan, you need to make it available for the international squaddies, though. The hell? Guys, the unboxing has started. Oh my god! Who is even this guy? Why is everybody getting everything but moi? I'm so pressed. Oh, that looks lovely. No. Oh my god. They got the jam. I'm so jealous, guys. So jealous. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. I was going to mention this. It's Daily Mail. Let me see what nonsense they have to say. Then we can close for the evening. Females' withering take on Meghan's sold out jam. Hey, guys, it's Daily Mail. Please don't come at me. But we all know it's going to be hateration and dancery and bitter women pettiness. So let's do it. Duchess Meghan's as ever raspberry spread has finally arrived over a year of anticipation and an entire rebrand. So is the Duchess infamous berry concoction really all that she said it's cracked up to be? Spoiler, it might be time for her to concentrate on a new formula. Huh? The precious jars sold out in minutes when they were released on Wednesday, but female managed to get our hands on the raspberry spread in keepsake packaging, no less, for the first public review, so $14. The confection, which Meghan has cheesily described as her jam many times, has had many hype around its launch, as she sent 50 jars last year to famous friends such as Kris Jenner under the company's name. But make no mistake, her brand has now been, okay, get to the this is nonsense. I told you guys, you hate this woman so much, but you're very happy to come and tell us now that you have not only bought the jam, but you've even set it up. These guys are fans. It's like, do you realize that by posting this, you are actually advertising her jam for her? Let me see. Okay, so she's what? She's even doing a full. This is a full. Oh, you please, God, no, go away. Okay. On Saturday morning, okay, we unboxed Meghan's seemingly convertible raspberry spread that had arrived in a small box from FedEx. Upon opening, we found a handwritten note from Meghan herself, printed on a thick postcard with her as ever branding stamped in gold foil. When you flip the card around, there's a message that printed in Meghan's signature calligraphy that reads, "Enjoy, Meghan." Oh, a bit oh God, bear with me, guys. It's been a long day. A bit ominous there, Megs. Oh, for goodness sake. After reading the notes, we continue wading through the packaging. Let me just see. So they didn't like the packaging. That's all I'm taking from this so-called pretend review. Okay, then what they are doing here, they are whining about the fact that it's a small jar, contains 215 grams of spread for $14 or $9 without the keep stage packaging. Wow, guys, that's crazy expensive. I bought jam from Tesco that's about the same price, but okay. It feels quite small in your hand too, especially when compared to the size of the Bon Maman preserves, which cost. So these people are such losers. So basically, for those of you who live in the UK, you would know the Bon Maman preserves, right? They're just okay, I guess, jams that Tesco sells. So what they've gone to get the Bon Maman preserves, which costs about £6 and contains 370 grams in a 13-ounce jar, to compare it to Meghan's 250 grams of spread for $14 or $9 without the keep. So they are about the same price. So, but Maman is a big company, so they probably have enough. You know, why am I even entertaining this nonsense? Let me just keep on going. But packaging aside, what really matters to us in the taste, we can't help but think as ever signature product might be in a bit of a jam. Upon opening the jar, we were taken aback by its texture. The spread was very thin and quite liquid. Let me see. So let's look at this jam. Is this what she's referring to as thin and quite liquid? This is what she's calling thin and quite liquid. Anyway, let me just quickly finish that up so I can delete this article from my recommendations before they recommend it to me. So basically, it's just a bunch of bitching and complaining that we all expected. That being said, it is typically blah, 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 blah. It is extremely sweet. Meghan never called it a jam, though. Can you, guys, I'm not going to read the reviews anymore because she's just talking rubbish. Can you imagine? See what this woman has decided to do. See what this woman has decided to do. She's giving us a full blow by blow spread on Meghan's jam. When I tell you these people have a problem, People say that not everybody likes to like Meghan, and that's fair. I keep on telling you guys that not liking Meghan is not a problem for. I don't. Was mal. It's not personal to me. What I don't understand is she's given this stupid review, and let me be clear, right? I'm not food with anything that has to do with enjoyment, food or music or art or anything like that. We will not all have the same tastes. So it will not surprise me if somebody has a taste of any type of preserve or jam and doesn't like it. It wouldn't surprise me at all, frankly, because I don't like jam. I'm very honest with you. It's not for the fact that I genuinely would have used Meghan's preserve to probably eat ice cream because I have no shame. Or I have these lovely crackers I got from Waitrose, and Waitrose has this lovely cheap French cheese. You put it together with the jam, and the crackers, delicious, a lovely snack. That's honestly what I was going to use it for. And on the show she made this dessert, and she put the jam on and the ice cream. Oh, that was delicious. And I really wanted to use it to make my own version of the honey lemon cake. I never bake. Here I am talking about making cake. Anyway, this hateration feedback was so expected. And guess what they've done here? They've just given her free promo. It's very predictable. We all knew they were going to be haters. She actually sat down, did a comparison to Bon Maman. I mean, these people, and then the funny thing is, when you say Meghan is going to be a billionaire, they'll be wondering why you're saying that. I'm like, because of this. Because everything she does, you people make a big deal out of it. You've made her popular. Look, 1,700 comments. 1,700 comments. Oh, there's a video. Oh my God.
So this is Meghan's As Ever Jam. We're so excited to try it. You open it right up. This is the gorgeous jam. I will say it is a little bit small. I do like that there's like her branding's at the top. I think it's very chic.
How much jam do you?
And it is a little liquidy, but she did say that like in the description. It smells good. It smells very sweet, very raspberry. I will try a little bit on this toast. Okay, it's pretty liquidy. It's a pretty color. Oh my God, it's so sweet. This feels like more of like something that you put over ice cream or a crepe or dessert. I think alone on toast, it like is very sweet and a little.
So that was a very pointless review, because the times that we saw Meghan using it on her show, she was using it on crepe. She was using it for a cake. She was using it for that delicious dessert. I just wasted my time watching this. But yeah, guys, I'm sure we will see more of the same. The fans of Meghan that are pretending to be haters so that they can enjoy her products and make money from engagement don't realize that, or maybe they don't really care at this point, that by doing things like this, they are helping build anticipation. They review bombed Meghan's show. It was top 10 in 24 countries. And people are very excited about season 2. I don't think they understand that by continuing to put Meghan in the news while they pretend to hate her, they are actually helping her brand. So I guess thanks, guys. Honestly, watching this woman eat this thing makes me want to eat it now even more. I want it more now. I want it so much. But let's see. I hope eventually it will become available. I mean, obviously it will become available internationally, but of course they will have to go through, every country has their own FDA or food regulation. But you know very well that if it gets to the UK, it will sell out like that. Because as much as they like to pretend, Meghan is the woman of the moment, the only celebrity in the royal family, the only person in the royal family that we care for. And yeah, that was a good one. So yeah, I don't have anything else to say, guys. I gave you guys a long format video because until YouTube puts my live back on, I can't go live, but I'd love to engage with you guys. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love us to catch up again. It's really a shame that we haven't had a chance to. I'm going to post this video in the morning, I'm getting really tired now because I've been up. I've barely slept because of this problem I had to solve. But yeah, I would love to hear from you all. How are you doing? Hope everybody is doing okay. Please continue to like, subscribe. Thank you for all the support. And yeah, I really enjoyed this video. So I'm going to play him out. And I will see you guys soon. Take care.